Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Thursday. Glad you're here. Today's Red Mic message: simple is not the same as easy. One of the best leadership lessons I ever heard came from a heavyweight boxer. Before his 1996 championship fight against Evander Holyfield, reporters asked Iron Mike Tyson whether he was concerned about Holyfield's strategy. Tyson smiled and delivered what became one of the most famous quotes in boxing and possibly even in sports. He said, and I'm quoting, "Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth." And that's funny. It's memorable and it has almost nothing to do with boxing. It's about leadership. Every organization has a plan. Businesses have strategic plan, government agencies have strategic plans, nonprofits have strategic plans. Families have plans, even if they don't call it a plan or have it written down or not. The real question isn't whether or not you have a plan, it's what happens after life punches you in the mouth. That's why I laugh anytime I see another article promising the secret to strategic planning. Keep it to one page, focus on one priority, trust the data. And those are all good ideas. They're just incomplete. Leadership books have been preaching focus and simplicity for decades. And the challenge isn't understanding those principles. The challenge is applying them after reality changes. It's easy to focus on one priority until a legislative session begins, or a hurricane hits, or your biggest customer leaves, or your best employee resigns. It's easy to trust the data until one dashboard says you're succeeding, another one says you're failing, and the people doing the work insist neither of them are actually reflecting what's really going on the ground. There's an old saying that is attributed to Dwight Eisenhower: plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. Now, at first, I know that sounds kind of trite and maybe even ridiculous until you think about what Mike Tyson said. The first punch doesn't make planning worthless. It reveals whether the planning prepared you to adapt or not. Simple advice has collided with a very complicated world. And I've lived this. I've watched agencies spend months developing thoughtful strategic plans only to see a legislative mandate, court ruling, an executive directive, or budget cuts force immediate adjustments. Nobody throws the plan away, but everybody has to adapt it because reality always has the final vote. And that's why experienced leaders don't become emotionally attached to their plans. They stay committed to the mission. The plan is simply today's best understanding of how to accomplish it. When circumstances change, good leaders don't ask, "How do we stay with the plan?" They ask, "What has changed? What assumptions were wrong? What's our biggest constraint now? What problem are we actually solving today?" Now, those questions don't eliminate complexity, but they do help leaders navigate the complexity. Leadership's not about finding a checklist that removes hard decisions. It's exercising judgment when the checklist is no longer fitting your situation. Because again, budgets change, politics intervene, technology evolves, laws get rewritten, market shifts, stuff happens. And sooner or later, every leader gets punched in the mouth. That's the moment that separates management from leadership. Managers execute the plan. Leaders adjust the plan without losing sight of the mission. Because remember, Tyson wasn't just talking about boxing. He was really talking about life. Everyone has a plan, but the leaders who succeed are the ones who know what to do after they get punched in the mouth. That's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it helpful. Hope you're able to use some of these things in life. That's why I do this Monday through Friday, around 7 a.m. usually. Some comments in yesterday's Red Mike on Facebook. One guy, all he did was do a yawny face. And then I laughed and posted a quote from Theodore Roosevelt: "It's not the critic who counts." He did another yawny face. I haven't blocked him. I just think he's silly. Anyway, thanks for being here. I love you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. Hashtag Fun Friday. I'm going to talk about my office. People have asked me questions about the stuff on the walls and whatnot. I may even move the camera around a little bit. We'll see if we can make that work. Anyway, I'll see you again tomorrow. And until next time, don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon.